side. Um, Today, the topic that I'm going to talk about is a lot of you would listen to a lot of clips that I have been posted, um, but I try to avoid the supernature parts. And but today, look at if that people want me to talk more about ghost. So why people are keeping on asking about ghost story? Um, Even in Thailand, my Thai student would love to hear this kind of story because they think that somebody around them have an experience of seeing ghosts. Some of them do not have experience of seeing ghosts themselves. So those people that do not have experience will keep on asking, are there really ghosts around us? Or are there just kind of imaginations? So ghosts are one of the entity of the spiritual world that a lot of people in this world has more or less some friends or relatives have experience of seeing it. So it is not too far away from us, although we cannot see it. Believe or not believe is one thing, but that curiosity of a lot of people has experience of seeing something that I didn't see. It doesn't mean that they are crazy, and it doesn't mean that we are not crazy. So many people do not see our own spirit. We have a ghost inside of us, but we cannot see, but we can only feel. So what is that about? Feelings. I always talk in all my clips and all my teaching. Spirit is a knowing element. They were driven by the force of feelings and emotions. Because spirit is a knowing element that is eternal element, it is a pure power by itself. It has a self-driven capability. It's unlike a computer, or if the scientist trying to generate some kind of a robot with artificial intelligence, copy human. Yes, they can copy how human think, and they can copy how we make our resolutions of our own problem, come with the new logic to crack the code of our own problems. So this is they can copy such kind of intelligence of our human life, but they cannot copy one thing. They cannot copy the self-sustained energy. Well, the computer energy must come from external source, like you have to plug into the outlet for to absorb to get the electricity to run the robot or the machines. But the spirit, because it is the energy itself that contain feelings and emotion. Why does feeling and emotion has to come into place? Because feeling and emotion generate a drive. It is self-driven through the force of the push and pull of wanting or passion, or they create wanting and passion create goals in our lives. That is why our spirit generate drive by generate goal. We need to have a body to control the unstable what we call the unstable energy of our own spirit. It is highly jump. You can see that our thought, our imagination, our vision, we have our own jumping thought. We jump here and there. We can invent a lot of questions to answer our lives, to seek for the feeding of our knowledge. So the food of the spirit is the enlightened, because we are the knowing element. Once our our thought, our mind is jumping towards something that is productive, we will try to gain more knowledge. So this is the very, very successful path. If the spirit does not deviate from this knowledge path into something that is small, like we get stuck to the some kind of small wanting, like in the childhood we stuck to the games. Once we are in the teenager, we stuck in love, and some of them get stuck too long in love. We stuck until the day we get old and we still stuck in love. So at a certain point and certain age of time, we tend to learn how to stuck and get out of a certain point. So with that being said, I am trying to give you an example of how spirit works. And once a lot of us ask ourselves, if we die, will we become a ghost? So how ghosts live? How do they live? And how can I not become a ghost? And where do I go after I die? So this is the area that we are going to talk about today. Why we cannot see spirit in the first place. Our body embrace our own spirit. That's why our spirit see things through the muscular lens of our eyes. And this muscular lens has a very low capacity. They can see a very, very limited light spectrums. So we can only see the light as far as the eye allow us to see. So once the spirit get control and get embraced by the shell of these intelligent forms, our ability to reach beyond five senses are being very limited. But our spirit itself is the antenna of knowledge, of communication that reach beyond those boundaries. For example, there are people who see ghosts. I'm not going to give an example of someone that has a special ability to see ghosts. I will give an example of accidentally seeing ghosts. And these accidentally seeing ghosts give us something to think about. In Thailand and in many parts of the world, normally when people see ghosts, they are some kind of drunk, some kind of they took some kind of alcohol or drugs too much. A lot of people would say, okay, they cause hallucinations. Well, it might be true, it might be not true. Hallucinations cannot track something that is real. So hallucinations have to, once the hallucination matches something that are real in that location. For example, in my school in Thailand, in my university, there are girls that are broken heart, and she jumped out of the building to commit suicide, and she dies. A few years later, the university decided to rise up another building, another skyscrapers, and the new worker from many places around Thailand has been invited to do the building, to be the builder. The big enough for us to touch and see, right? But the spirit is a fine element. For example, if we are talking about the pen, this pen, how to see the element that inside the pen. For example, how to see the molecules of the pen. If I'm not talking about molecules, do we need to see the molecules here? So the spirit is like molecular levels of our body. So the fine energy like that cannot see, of course, cannot see by bare eyes. So we even in scientific uh, uh, world, they need to use a tool to see inside this pen how does their molecular structure forms itself. Same kind of the same as the spirit, but the spirit is an energy, is a frequency, is a spectrum. It cannot use the microscope because it has no physical forms. So the energy by itself has to be seen by the same type of energy. Spirit see spirits, ghost see ghost. When our body were drunk, our subconscious and that we control our body to walk into our room and bring ourselves on bed safely, is not capable enough to because of the unconsciousness. It create the blockade between the body and subconscious to control one another. That is why the secondary energy activate. Our spirit need to carry our body, which is not its functions, back home. While the spirit is forced to be stronger than the subconscious, it emerge over the body. That's why all these drunken people, they usually see the spirits. Once the body has decreased its ability to block the spirits, spirit see spirits. That is how we found that a lot of time, even in the Indians, they will use some kind of herbs that decrease the ability of body, so that the ability of the spirit emerge to see spirits. How many types of spirit, how many types of ghosts are there? So once we understand that there are some body that jump out of the building, there are somebody that see ghosts, for example, in the road, that there are often cause accident. The accident, each time that they cause the accident, it is the place that they gathered the spirit, the dead spirit over there. So with this theory, the more they gathered over there, the more they create accident. They block the ideas, they block the people. Once we are our subconscious are low, then we tend to not see the road, and we cause another accident, and people dies and they gathered there. Once we see all these incidents that happens, we found that there are route of the spirits, and some of them, our loved one who passed away, why didn't we see them, and they didn't get disturbed? And what if Ongpor says that we can come back? Once we come back, why they see ghosts? Where are we? So this is a very, very interesting area that we are going to study. The area that once we die within the time, for example, average of human lifetime, we were given like 70 years of age, for example, unknown incident. We spend our life immaturely. It's like a crossroad of good and bad. So how does human life becomes because of those unfortunate die before times? So if you die before time, before the age of 70 years old, for example, if everyone dies at 70, that is example. Some of us can live beyond 70, but let's say that we have 70 years of life. Somebody dies at the age of 20 because of foolish kind of driving and racing with friends. We still have 50 years of time left before the gate of channel 2 is open for us. We will keep on doing the same thing. um, People will see, once we get stuck to our love and we jump from the building. That's why 2 years later, people keep on seeing someone jumping out of that building over and over, and it will last for another 50 years before your gate is open for you to go. And if the gate open for you to go, because free will, because all the spirit has ability to have a free will, you don't need to go either. So a lot of spirits, once they were allowed to go, it is the most fortunate for us to go into the second channel and come back to the earth again, and repay our retribution with our intelligent body. Without intelligent body, it is very difficult to control the emotion or sadness that is stuck within the memory. And those stuck is a very, very sad thing, because because when we commit suicide, we thought that we will get away from all this sufferedness, right? No, because the sufferedness is in our spirit. It is not in our body. You have destroyed the last chance of the body sent the intelligence to rescue you, to walk you out of suffer. That kind of chance. So with that being said, offspring or their sons and and the corpse will absorb who comes to the location of the corpse, will absorb the earth, wind, water, and fire. So the angle must be correct at one singular place. And once the spirit is there, the spirit of the father who loved the child can be able to at least charge the nature energy, and be able to cheat the ability of their energy to send this energy towards their ancestor. That is why a lot of Chinese people were worshipping their ancestor because of this. Because of they believe that the ability of the gratefulness towards ancestor will bring them luck. Yes, they can. But they forgot one thing. Every soul has a journey. Every soul has ability to live in this life for at least only 70 years. But we are the eternal element. We cannot die. The spirit cannot die. What happens if your son dies? And what happens if your grandson dies? Who can remember you? No one is calling upon you anymore. That's why the Chinese people is very smart again. Once every 50 years or 70 years, they will clean the cemetery. There will be a person who has the energy to point out the cemetery places, and once they point, they dig up the skeletons. And these people has ability to open channel 2, the second channel, for all these spirit to slot into the second channel or the spiritual channel, and they will go and born. Those are what we call the fortunate soul. They finish their duty, and after they finish their duty, there are someone open the gate for them to go. So, but not all the souls are that lucky. Because of all these souls in the 1.5 world, they are so much. The other category, a lot of people will see ghosts during their twilight, half awake, half sleep. The person who is half awake and half asleep, who has a very hard time to sleep, it is between when the body is lost its energy, they are going into the rest mode, but the spirit, our spirit, still in alert mode. So these two things are contrast. So you have a hard time of sleep, you have a long time of twilight, and those twilight is the time that you encounter 1.5 world. So spirit see spirits, and a lot of time when these thing happens to you, you are being paralyzed. You cannot control your body. You see the things around you, you shout with all your might. You can shout all you want, but you cannot control your body. This kind of incident in Thailand we call piam. Piam means you encounter the ghost that look as if they come and bully you. Actually, they are not being trying to bully you, but you just encounter them, and it looks like they suppress your energy, and that's why you cannot shout, you cannot move your body. Most of the time we found out that no, you cannot move your body because you are so scared that your energy is dispersed. Your consciousness is dispersed. Normally the spirit control our body through the subconscious. And once we become so scared, our spirit do not have the energy to come back to the console of the body or the subconscious of the body. That's why we cannot command the body. What can we do if we have that kind of incident happen to our life? We can do one thing. Try to route your focus onto one finger, only one finger, like for example the index finger. You just try to move your first finger. Once you know how to move your finger, then you know how to lift your hand, and when you lift your hand, you will wake up from the twilight, and you are being embraced by the body again. So the ghost is gone. Actually, the ghost is not gone; it's around there, but your eyes, your muscular eye, block your spiritual eye again. So we call the spiritual visions. So the visual is block the visions again. Once the spirit, no matter they comes with love or they come with hatred or they come with, for example, the vengeance spirit. A lot of people, the people that knows me in the English world, I will try to avoid this word, the vengeance spirit. But this is the time that I will introduce you the vengeance spirit. Everyone in our life have vengeance spirit that follow us. No matter we like it or not, we have these things follow us. So what is vengeance spirit? The vengeance spirit is the spirit that remember the time that we bully them, the time that we make them suffer. Although we do not remember what we have done with them in their past, because we have a privilege to delete our memory. But they refuse to reborn. They die because of us. And this vengeance spirit will follow us. And believe me, do not scare. Everyone has it. And how to deal with it? We use the 9 key prayers, because we know that how much power we can chase them away. Yes, they will follow the master, or a lot of powerful people can reinforce them temporarily to leave you alone. It's like you are quarrel and you have the attorney. An attorney sent the paper that, hey, you guys need to leave a distance, don't come in. But all these judge, attorneys, police, can they stay with you forever, 24 hours? No way. Because all this vengeance or love, they will try to find you anyway when all these forces were away from you. That is how we find that it is almost impossible to chase the vengeance spirit away from someone. So we developed something called the 9 key prayers. Pray to them by using the gospel of God that teach them how to forgive you and teach them how to open the gate for themselves for the higher being of their own evolutions. So the 9 key prayers is basically teach yourself and the spirit the map of spiritual life. So with this map, you will see that now we are in the channel 1, the channel of human. We will definitely go to channel 2 after we die, and we will definitely go to channel 3. And this channel 3 will be a very interesting place that once in a lifetime, some of us here might be angel. We are coming back for a very, very good reason. But in this phase, I am talking about ghosts, and in the next live sessions, I will talking about how can we become angel. So with those ideas of ghosts, I think that I would leave this idea open for you guys to ask some questions. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask me something. Violet, why some people have happy life and other can't be happy? This is because you are our life. Today we are talking about spirits, we're talking about ghosts. Not only our karma bring us the bad luck in our life because we have done bad things in the past, and this thing has rippled across time to be our retributions. But today I am open another gate, the gate of the vengeance spirits. Every time when I read the cards for my student, I will see that they have the vengeance spirit. But in the Western world, I will not trying to explain that because a lot of you would not understand where is the vengeance spirit, and can they the ghost, can they kill us? It will create an imaginative fear, and no, the ghost can't kill you, but they can involve in your thinking, involve in making you suffer, involve in the thinking of other people around you that strike you. So the spirit is a knowing element. The knowing element can communicate with the spirit by itself. So it can influence thought. It can influence the mind of the same kind of problems. That is why all these vengeance spirits, when they comes into our lives, they will cause the suffer in our life by create the conflict between thought of ourselves and the people around us. And some can cause also accident and diseases. So this vengeance spirit can be very, very difficult to get away, very hard to take away. That's why we develop some kind of prayers that co-practice until certain period of time, and in a certain numbers of months. Mostly we found that within 3 months, they will, instead of they are trying to bully us, they will listen to us. They will try to, we are introducing them the alternative path to work with God. So the gospel of God need to activate in the unfortunate soul of 1.5. So all the ghosts that we see, it does not come from channel 2 or channel 3. It can only exist in the 1.5. So Vengeance spirits is the same thing. They have ability to leave, to go to channel 2, but they refuse to go. They want to follow us until the end of the world. Sometimes we reborn 2 or 3 times already, but they insist to strike us every time we come back. So they are wasting a lot of their spiritual opportunity, because every time you come back, you become wiser. They can only bully you in a certain extent, but you have your intelligent body that helps you. You have God help you. You have a lot of tools in your life to take you out of your own suffer. Every time you come back, you become smarter, more intelligent, although you have to pass through the bad times of your life, but those unhappiness is your privilege of intelligence. Nobody wants to be unhappy. That is why when we struggle to get out of the unhappiness, the only way we have to come back is to come back to intelligence, or to go back to God. Ask God for help. So, if we are not happy, unhappiness comes from the unsuccessful life. Unsuccess in love, unsuccess in job, unsuccess in family, unsuccess in ideas. All these unsuccessness is basically another word, lack of merit force. All we can do under the attack of the unsuccessfulness, slowly gain your own merit force. Your merit force, what is merit force? I am not going to explain here. You have to go back to my old, YouTube clips and listen to 3 of the merit force that you can create by yourself. In Asia, in Eastern world, people understand merit force and they do it every time they can. Like you go to church every week. The Eastern people will also go to the temple and do merit force. So, with that being said, the person who do bad things, why they are still having a good time, right? Violet, it is so unfair. You are so bad and you having a good time. They are executing the karmic cycle of positivity that they store in their past. They are having their merit force, but it is on the waiting list, Violet. No one escapes karma. Positive or negative, they do not plus and minus to create profit or loss, but the whole thing come back. Although in this life, no one is totally bad all your life. They must be good in some extent and bad to somebody in a certain extent. So, until this war is over, one party will learn how to let go and forgive. So, Violet, as you become an intelligent soul, can you learn how to forgive first? Because forgiveness is a very easy word to say, but it's extremely hard to do. That is why bad people are still having a good time for a very short time. If they have until the end of their lives, the next cycle that they come back, they will encounter the suffer that you are encountering today. If today you are the loser, in the next phase, the people who force being a loser to you, they will feel the same way as you. You will be the winner. And once you become the winner, the other side that you are able to bully them, are you going to take that revenge? It is very classic issue of the karma. The strike back, an eye for an eye. If you hit me, I need to hit you back. Well, that is the law of the jungle. But soul of the human are higher than the jungle law. That is why human learn how to walk away and human learn how to think big. When you think big, you will see that, oh, this quarrel, this vengeance, compared to something big that I can bring myself into more productive things in life. If I get on stuck with this quarrel, I waste my lifetime. So the intelligent will guide you to deviate away from all these trouble. You cannot get rid, or you cannot forget, but you can only go forward or deviate from all this sufferness. Sufferness cannot forget, and karma cannot forgive. It is not possible, but you can create your new route, the new path. That is why we need to find the spiritual path. We need our people to see the big pictures of our lives and learn how to focus on the productive part of being a human. That is why that is how all soul can grow. Oh, I see. Very good questions. This is very ghost and angel are very different, because ghosts are the more rougher molecular structure, right? If ghost is if a molecular structure of this pen, it is hard to see already. The finer the ghosts are still so rough. The more we become unrusted by all this roughness, the roughness that cause our soul is because all this wanting, hatred, love, all these pillars of doom are corroding our soul. That's why our soul become a chunk of predictable emotions. So we are heavy kind of soul, and we sunk. We cannot float. But angels class do not have hold on to anything, so that's why they are light, they are floating. So there are even inside the fine structures of the energy, there are finer one. You can imagine that there are several layers of heavens, so the higher one is the finer one. So I can only tell you that the spirit are still big enough for us to feel them. At least they make us feel so easily. They make us feel sad. They make us they pound us with emotions, so we can feel them. Our spirit can feel the spirits. That is why the memory of this hold on thing, they can memorize their own physical forms. They can have gender. They understand that they are women or men. They they have children. They have kids. They die because of us do something to them. So they remembers all these physical forms of sadness, or sufferness. That's why when they die, they are not able to exit into the second channel. So yes, to answer you, the ghosts definitely remember the form before they die. They remember their physical forms. The spirit cannot have the rough forms or the energy enough to create a chunk of a fist to punch you. They are so fine that they go through you, so they cannot hurt you physically. But the only thing that they are capable of is to hurt your mind, because the mind is much more powerful. When the body hurt is can be healed, but the hurting of the mind is so difficult to heal. How can you heal the heartache of the love? No one is slapping you because of love. No one is doing anything to your physical life. The disappointment in love is one of the very good example. Where does the hurt come from? The hurt come from something that is unsuccessful, and these unsuccessful are about your own thought. Everything is inside your mind. So the mind can bring you to the despair, and the despair can bring us to jump out of the window. It is our own doing. That is why the person who always open your channel for the negative thinking, the same polarity of the negative thinking is that chance of the vengeance spirit to slip into your mind. And they will expand small little thing and expand like a whisper of the ghost. And it's expand more and more negative until all those negativities are bigger than it should control. So you are not in the reality of human life, and you are not. You are in under the imaginative reality of your own inventions. Actually, if we X-ray inside the spirit, there might be few spirit gossip near your ear and makes you think that way. So we never know, we never see, but in my masterhood experience, we understand that these things are real. Although we cannot see them, but a lot of time they make us multiple personality. A lot of people has multiple personality. Why? Sometimes you become a super good, sometimes you are super villain. You like to bully people. It's like multiple people in one body. That thing can happen because you open your sadness is the door that open the channel for other spirit to drive your body. No one can allow other to drive your physical life unless you invited them. I recall the vampire. Well, I was surprised. How do they know? It's like the vampire story. They also cannot go into your house unless you invited them. When I saw that idea for the first time, I laughed. Oh my God! In the Eastern world or the Western world, they have the way to explain things, in a very intelligent way. Ghost is the same thing. They cannot hurt you, they cannot kill you unless you open the channel and let them in. And those channels are the negative thinking. If you are ghost, how can you be positive? Very few ghosts are positive, because if they are really positive, they are fortunate enough, and you are fortunate enough to meet them, and that is the very last phase that they will be wandering. There might be a good chance for you to release them. That's why Nike prayers come into the role that play this, and you can release them. You can become the person that teach the spirit how to release all these sufferedness in their soul. So this is how PDJ group, our Palangchit Thamma Chakawan group, has been very successful for the past 12 years that I become a master. I know that this thing works. And one of the very good example, the reality, we have our mountain land in Thailand. We create 9 days and 9 nights of the pilgrimage. And everywhere we go around the world, we will collect the unfortunate soul. Some of the vengeance spirits, some of the wandering ghosts that hurt people. I remember that we were collecting some of the ghosts from the factory, that every day the worker cut the hand There are blood every day. There will be accident every day. So you can say all you want. Oh, the machine doesn't work and the people working condition, all of that. But all of a sudden, there are injury every day for everyone that works in that factory. So once we get in, we know that, oh my God, the owner believe in every kind of spirit guidance. So they invited the spirit in by giving them food, and they are so much around there that they, the bad spirit. Once you open the gate for them to get in, it is very hard to get out. So what we do is we collect them, and we put them into a holy stone, and we collect them and put them in our sanctuary. And in the sanctuary, we have 9 days and 9 nights of the pilgrim, of the student, and all around Thailand to join us with the pilgrim all the time. At that time, we discovered that all these spirits activate at night. They become so scary. They become so haunting. They want us to know that they are there. I'm the gangster. So we use our theory. So every time at night time, each of us will stay in the individual tents in the woods, right? And every time that you hear something, you see something, you have to get up and pray 9 key prayers. We do that for about 4 years. All the spirit that we collect and put it on the compound, they're gone. They pass through the second channel and they reborn. And our sanctuary is, we lack of ghosts, because ghost is very important to co-practice with our pilgrimage people, to let them know that there are this kind of, to let them encounter. So after 3 years, once we do the prayers every day and every night, all this spirit gone. They exit. That would be very scary. Yes, they are really scary. And these ghosts is also very, very, they gain their merit when they work with us too, right? Because some of the kids that comes to us, they were heroin addicts, are very, very strong heroin addicts. You know who sent them? His mom sent him to us. And his mom tell him that you are going to pilgrim or you are going to jail. I cannot help. I love my son, but I don't know how to help you. The only thing that can stop you physically is going to jail. You cannot have heroin. I'm so sad, but I don't know how to stop you from dying. And you're stealing my money every day. So I don't know how to bring you out of the heroin. And I heard that this place, our PDJ place, has an experience of pulling people out of the heroin addicts. Actually, we do not do anything like that at all. But the ghosts do. The ghosts join with us and imitate the ghosts within them. And they are scary. They are the most scary because they are copy your soul. People see you as scary. They copy your soul and they are, let you see yourself. And this guy, when they comes to the pilgrim, they were very, very, he is very, very disobedient and very, very aggressive. And he says, I don't believe in ghosts. This is bullshit. You guys are scammers. And, I believe in my heroin. And he bring a lot of heroin and distribute for free. And I say, stop it. He don't care. he don't care about us. He don't care about the teacher. And I say, okay, if you want to do this, I ask my grandmaster, can I open the gate before the fifth day? Because this is the second day and he is keep on doing that and I cannot control. It is only 9 days of pilgrim. He is going to ruin the pilgrim. And my grandmaster allow me the permissions to open the gate, the overlap before time. We will open the gate at the fifth night when the people learn the environment, and the fifth night is the most scary night of us because I will open the gate because I am Ongpor is the master of number 5. The number 5 is the power of the defender, and it can command the gate in between worlds. So I asked the goddess that worked with me to open, to lift up all the gates, all the most scary ghosts who wants to work with God, listen to my command, attack full force the whole the pilgrim community. They were protected by supreme energy anyway, but the one that is disobedient, show them your force, show them the most scary thing on earth that they would scare. You know what happens to this guy? He sleep in the tent at night and he doesn't pray, he doesn't do anything, and there is a black shadow pull his leg and pull him down from the tent downhill. So his leg was being pulled downhill, and he was being dragged on the ground, on the hill floor with a lot of leaves and branches, and he was so scared and he shouting, no, please let me go, I will not do it again, I will not challenge you again, please let me go. And he woke up in his tent and he said, oh my God, it's a dream. But he feels that his back was so sore because of something. It's like he is being dragged and a lot of branches and dry leaves, and he touches, oh my God, the whole bag is full of dry leaves and branches. The next morning, he took his heroin, he took his all this marijuana, and he have all this stuff, and he burns it. He says that I am now believe in this, and he finished all his pilgrim for 9 days, and he become a changed person, and he even go and become ordained as a monk. As far as I know, I don't know about him today, but all those time, it was almost 7 years ago. It has passed 7 years ago, and he bought 5 of his friends. All are heroin addicts, and all of them have. This one has a very the worst experience, but all of them had experience, and most of them change. I don't know after that, but once you cannot learn by listening to me, right? The pilgrim will bring you to the face-to-face encounter with the supernatural world. You need to ask yourself, you want to be ghost or you want to be angel? Once you die, you want to reborn as a poor people, or you want to die and reborn as a rich people? You want to be intelligent or you want to be a dummies? So there are answers to all those questions if you find your spiritual path. That is why I want to introduce you where is ghost. And do not, everyone, I don't want you after this life and take your life for granted. Don't do it. Take your life, every breath of your life, meaningfully. And after that, you will discover your meaningful path of life, and you will walk towards that life with the very, very good planning. I don't want everyone to become the wandering spirit, because you can stuck in there for thousands of years without knowing. Thousands of years you can come back as a human for 10 times already. Not a stupid ghost. So, I wish that every one of you would be able to understand all these teaching for today. So before I leave today, I am asking the power of God to bless you with good luck, good health, and prosperity. Anantachit.